So yesterday we built our own agent. Today we're going to be installing one from the registry. So let's go and see what's already available. Yesterday I set up this Axon frag check agent, and this is a Linux expert who's going to audit the machine and tell me if it's ready for gaming. And then it's also going to find things that are wrong with the machine and it's going to fix them. So let's get this installed. We'll use the Axon clone command to get the agent locally. That's going to install the source code, meaning the agent is ours. We can go in here and change anything we like. So to run this, I'll open up the terminal interface, select the frag check agent, and then let's ask it to do an audit. Can you do a audit? So it already knows what's going on. It's been pre-prompted with certain flows. It already has in its context window my exact specifications. They get pulled at render time. So let's see what it says about my computer. Here we go. So I've got a 7 out of 10 here. Here we go. And it's got a list of things that we could do. Perfect. So we're not just installing software here, we're installing expertise. So what that means is now we can share agents, we can share expertise. I can pre-prompt an ESLint agent, I can have a slop detector, a debt collector agent, and anyone who is on the registry can just install those and use them for themselves. So we've just taken a look at the frag check agent. Let's take a look at another agent. So this one's a bit more of a fun one. It's Axon. This is Axon Dungeon Master. So let's install that and see what that's about. So let's switch over to the new Dungeon Master and say hello. So I'm not someone who's played text games a lot. I mean, I had a bit of a mess around with this yesterday, but it's very new to me. So what we've done here is not sort of a coding agent, it's not very useful in the work sense, but it is playing the role of a dungeon master. So it's going to create a scenario for us, and it's going to give us, various things that happen, various events, and we can react to those events. So let's just ask it, you pick, because it's giving me different options on what we want the scenery to be. So here we go, we're getting a story here. Right, I'm just going to run away. That's what I usually do. Okay, I burst into flames. Perfect. I take out the dagger and I kill the enemies. Let's send that off. Yeah, so I'm not reading it too well. But the point is, Axon agents can be anything. They don't necessarily have to be useful. They can be text games, maybe like a murder mystery or something like that. It can really be anything defined by the source. And one thing I generally notice about what I say, because I've tried to burst into flames before and it generally doesn't kill me. So let's actually change the behavior of the agent, right? So let's get that out of the way. So this essentially is going to render into our system message, right? And we can use components to compose that system message, making it a bit easier to, handle all of those strings. So if we go in here, we'll see what the agent's actually being prompted with. This is the wrong agent. So let's go in here. So this is our Dungeon Master. Right, so you can see it's given identity, principles, mechanics, and so on. Right, it's also got some tools, so it has the ability to roll the dice, and we've also given it faker for some randomness, right? So let's go in the prompts and let's get it to be a bit more aggressive on the player dying. So the player should be able to fail a bit more, is what I feel. So let's go and add that in as a H1 in the boot.view, right? H1. Players should die more often. If they are severely injured, they should die more often. We'll just leave it at that, right? I'll open up the terminal again and we've already reloaded. Right, let's just try our burst into flames. And we'll see how the agent reacts to that. You're still standing, but something inside you has changed. I burst into flames once more. It's not doing it. It wants the game to continue. Yeah, we've broken the fourth wall here. Right, so now I've made my change to the agent. What I want to do is actually put this on a registry myself. Right, I want to own this agent. I want to make changes to it myself. So what I'm going to do is pull out of that and we'll go into the Dungeon Master agent. And from there we can run Axon publish. But before we do that, let's actually change the namespace. So my user's name is Cody, and we name it Dungeon Master. Don't have to change anything else. And then we'll upload that to the registry. So now I have my agent should be shown here. So we've got Cody Dungeon Master. Perfect. So now I can make my own edits. I can make my own changes and then upload them myself. Okay, so that's all we've got for this one. If you want to keep following along, there'll be a Discord link down below. Make sure to like and subscribe. See you next time.